And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 17th of November. The release of the documentary, I Am an Animal, the story of Ingrid Newkirk and PETA, was on this day in 2007. This film is a candid and introspective look at the beliefs and motives of Ingrid Newkirk, the British-born co-founder and driving force behind People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, the world's largest animal rights organization. This American documentary, directed by Matthew Galkin, focuses on Newkirk, one of the most influential personalities globally, as the president and co-founder of the PETA organization, actively championing animal rights since 1980. Newkirk's contributions to improving the living conditions of animals are indisputable. Newkirk has shunned the spotlight throughout her life. We get to know her intimately, not only through exclusive interviews, which she rarely grants to the media, but also through the narratives of PETA activists and the perspectives of both supporters and critics. The film includes a personal perspective on her daily routine of balancing her own life and protecting the lives of animals. It exposes her willingness to go to the extreme in her fight for animal rights. Due to her commitment and dedication to the fight for ethical treatment of animals, the film illustrates why PETA is one of the most successful animal rights organizations. Ingrid Newkirk, who said, "There comes a time when we decide that there is a laboratory or there is a slaughterhouse where we must get inside. Our investigator will go into one of these facilities if they can obtain employment and start documenting, which means getting video camera evidence, getting evidence with still photography, and getting copious notes. The investigator will try to find places where they should be, where they can record conversations, and opportunities to show the public what is going on. Investigations are so important because nobody believes. Nobody believes what you're saying. You can't just have words. You have to have pictures. You have to have video." Matthew Galkin was asked in an interview why he chose to film this documentary, and he claimed that it was a classic David and Goliath story of advocating on the behalf of animals. He wanted to raise awareness and encourage animal rights activism. If you haven't heard of Ingrid Newkirk before, this documentary ensures you won't forget her after watching. She's tough, fearless, driven, a brilliant strategist, and perhaps the most famous animal rights activist in the world. The publication of Wildlife as Property Owners, a New Conception of Animal Rights, first edition, by Karen Bradshaw, was on this day in 2020. Humankind coexists with every other living thing. People drink the same water, breathe the same air, and share the same land as other animals. Yet property law reflects a general assumption that only people can own land. The effects of this presumption are disastrous for wildlife and humans alike. The alarm bells ringing about biodiversity loss are growing louder, and the possibility of mass extinction is real. Anthropocentric property is a key driver of biodiversity loss, a silent killer of species worldwide. But as law and sustainability scholar Karen Bradshaw shows, if excluding animals from a legal right to own land is causing their destruction, extending the legal right to own property to wildlife may prove its salvation. Wildlife as Property Owners advocates for folding animals into our existing system of property law, giving them the opportunity to own land just as humans do, to the betterment of all. And here's a prayer for today by Carol J. Adams. Dear friend, the dodo ran toward humans in a forest being logged. One last ivory-billed woodpecker was spotted. The passenger pigeon and heath hen fell to the growth of cities, and guns did not help. The great auk, well, you know that story. They had never known predators. God, they had never been persecuted until they met human beings. God, the list of extinct species grows. What would you have us do? I run toward you, friend. I trust that you hear me. For the hubris of our ancestors that said, "This is mine," forgive us. Of our hubris here and now, cure us. Teach me how to be a friend to the feathered and unfeathered. Teach me to remember This is yours. I pray there is still time. A prayer by Carol J. Adams. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with the reminder that this earth is not ours.